Just a century ago, coyotes were a rare sight outside the vast western plains, their presence limited to open grasslands and the wild, untamed deserts of North America. These resilient animals thrived in arid landscapes, perfectly adapted to the challenges of the harsh environment. But today, the story is dramatically different. Coyotes are everywhere, from the frozen tundra of Alaska to the bustling streets of New York City, and nearly every place in between. Since the 1950s, their range has expanded by over 40%, a staggering leap unmatched by any other predator of their size. Animated maps reveal how their territory has spread across the continent year after year. Coyotes now share our parks, backyards, and even city blocks, often slipping by unnoticed as they move through the spaces we call home. Their astonishing ability to adapt and thrive in human-dominated landscapes has made them one of the most successful urban wildlife species in North America. The wild howl that once echoed across the frontier now rings out between skyscrapers and suburban homes, a haunting reminder of nature's persistence. As encounters between people and coyotes become more frequent, we're challenged to rethink our relationship with the natural world and the wildlife living among us. How do we coexist with a wild animal that refuses to be fenced out, one that adapts to every effort to keep it away? The coyote's story is not just about survival. It's a reflection of our changing world, and a reminder that the boundary between wild and urban is more blurred than ever before. Coyotes are now a fixture in American communities, often unseen but ever present. Once considered creatures of the wild, they have adapted remarkably well to city life, quietly weaving themselves into the fabric of our neighborhoods. They've learned to exploit our neighborhoods, finding food, shelter, and places to raise their young. Trash cans, pet food left outside, and even backyard decks become resources for these clever animals, allowing them to thrive in places we never expected. This proximity blurs the line between wilderness and suburbia, sparking concern. As our homes expand into wild spaces, encounters with coyotes become more frequent, and the boundaries between our world and theirs grow increasingly unclear. For many, the biggest worry is pet safety. Small dogs and cats can become prey. Pet owners are urged to keep a close eye on their animals, especially at dawn and dusk when coyotes are most active. Coyotes also impact local wildlife, sometimes reducing populations of foxes, raccoons, and birds. Their presence can shift the balance of neighborhood ecosystems, affecting both native and introduced species. When coyotes lose their fear of humans, often due to feeding, conflicts rise. Feeding coyotes, even unintentionally, encourages them to approach people and homes, increasing the risk of negative encounters. Habituated coyotes may approach people, creating tension and risk. This can be especially concerning in areas where children play or people walk their pets, leading to heightened anxiety in the community. These challenges force communities to rethink how to manage wildlife in their midst. Public meetings, warning signs, and new policies are just some of the ways towns are responding to the growing presence of coyotes. The coyote's success story is now a complex problem for towns across America, requiring creative solutions and a new understanding of how we share our environment with these adaptable animals. Coyotes are true masters of adaptation, thriving in cities and suburbs across North America thanks to their remarkable intelligence, resourcefulness, and flexibility. These clever canines have learned to live alongside humans, often going unnoticed as they move through our neighborhoods and city streets. Unlike wolves, coyotes are highly versatile in their social structure. They can live solo, in pairs, or in small family groups, making use of green spaces like parks, quiet cemeteries, and even railway corridors as safe passageways and hunting grounds. This adaptability allows them to thrive in places where other large predators cannot. Their diet is impressively broad, ranging from rodents, rabbits, and fruit to scavenging garbage and preying on urban pests like rats and geese. Coyotes are opportunistic feeders, able to shift their eating habits based on what's available, which helps them survive in ever-changing city environments. Mostly nocturnal coyotes navigate our world while we sleep, using roads, alleys and underpasses as their own highways. Their ability to move quietly and avoid people helps them stay safe and undetected, even in the busiest urban centres. Urban coyotes often have smaller litters than their rural counterparts, but more pups survive to adulthood thanks to fewer natural predators and a steady supply of food. This means their populations can remain stable or even grow in cities. Dens can appear in a variety of places, tucked away in parks, hidden under buildings, or nestled in any quiet, concealed spot that offers safety for raising their young. By turning our cities into their own habitat, coyotes have not only survived, but truly flourished, adapting to the challenges and opportunities of urban life. Today, their presence is a permanent and fascinating feature of urban America, reminding us of nature's resilience and the wild neighbours living just beyond our doorsteps. The biggest concern is the threat coyotes pose to pets. Attacks in backyards are increasingly common. Pet owners must stay vigilant, changing routines to keep animals safe. Coyotes also compete with native carnivores like red foxes, sometimes displacing them and altering local ecosystems. When people leave out food, coyotes lose their natural wariness, becoming bolder and more visible. This boldness unsettles communities and increases the risk of negative encounters. The debate over how to respond divides neighbourhoods, reflecting deeper questions about our relationship with nature. To coexist, communities are turning to education and practical strategies. Residents learn to secure trash, remove fallen fruit, and feed pets indoors to avoid attracting coyotes. Hazing, making noise and appearing large, teaches coyotes to keep their distance. Urban planning can help too, by preserving wildlife corridors and managing green spaces to reduce surprise encounters. In rare cases, targeted removal is used for aggressive coyotes, but broad culling is ineffective. The focus is now on holistic solutions, education, hazing and smart land management. These efforts address the root causes of conflict, not just the symptoms. Coexistence is possible with knowledge and community action. Calgary, Canada offers a model for human-coyote coexistence. Instead of culling, the city launched a science-based program tracking coyotes, educating residents and mapping conflict hotspots. Public outreach empowered citizens to haze coyotes and secure their properties. GPS collars revealed how coyotes use parks and corridors, guiding targeted management. The result? Fewer conflicts, wary coyotes, and a knowledgeable public. Calgary proves that with science and collaboration, coexistence is achievable. Their approach is a blueprint for cities everywhere. The Coyotes' journey is a story of conflict, adaptation, and hope. The challenges, pet safety, wildlife balance, and uneasy neighbours are real, but so are the solutions. Education, hazing, and thoughtful planning empower communities to prevent conflict. Calgary's success shows what's possible when science and community unite. Coexistence requires patience, respect, and shared responsibility. Every resident plays a role in shaping a safer, wilder neighbourhood. Share your stories, learn from experts, and join the conversation. Together, we can ensure our communities are safe for families, pets, and the wild creatures that call them home.